Hi there, Gemini. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'm Astrogirl, looking at August 21st through the 27th. And as I'm sure you know, this week is the week of the total solar eclipse. There's a lot being said in social media, on the news. This is a very important time, and it's happening in the USA. It's not happening worldwide. It's a US total solar eclipse, and it's happening in your third house of communication, honest to goodness policy. And it's going to be very important that with the solar eclipse on Monday, August 21st, that's exactly what you are, Geminis. It's going to be visible across the entire US, but it's not a good idea to look at it. It's going to last 2 minutes and 40 seconds. It's a good idea to watch it online or on the news. I don't think looking at it, even with the special glasses, is a good idea. Why risk it? The influence period of a solar eclipse traditionally lasts for one whole year. Another clue to what this eclipse means for the US is that it occurs at a Leo new moon on the positive side. A Leo new moon solar eclipse emphasizes fiery and charismatic leadership, strong-willed, dominant, full of self-confidence. On the other hand, Leo can be arrogant, over-controlling, resistant to change. Check, check, check for President Donald Trump, who happens to be a Gemini, June 9, with Leo rising. So he lives his life as a Leo. And if you look at all of that, fiery, he actually used the word fire and fury. He has a lot of anger, and he is a self-controlling despot, resistant to change. He's also 71 years old. So let's see how this total solar eclipse affects him, the people around him, and the USA. All these clues that are happening this week, and with Uranus and with Mercury retrograde, point to the idea that this eclipse has something important to say to Americans about our collective national pride and a new moon and the position for the US as a leader in the global community. Things might be changing. It might be that the US is losing a little bit and not being seen as such a strong leadership. Maybe Australia will rise up. Maybe some parts of Europe will be seen as more, on board. India, China, there's so many growing billion population countries that may overtake the US. The US likes to think that it's always been the number one country in the world. It might have to take a back seat, and it's not going to be easy for the powers that be to allow that. But with everything that's happening, it's really, really important that Americans come together and not fight each other like we've seen in Charleston and, other horrible things happening with race riots. Still, in 2017, it's unbelievable there is such a thing as white supremacists. It just doesn't make any sense. Coming from Australia, being an Australian, it just makes no sense to me at all. I look at it all in amazement on the television. Like in 2017, people get killed at a rally. So other than the total solar eclipse, there are other things that cannot be ignored. The sun moves into Virgo, Mercury remains retrograde, and Venus moves into Leo on Friday. This sign changes focus on the dramatic side of love and finances. You'll also have insights from the past or from the unconscious on Sunday. So make sure you take note and check that solar eclipse out online. Don't look at it if you're in the US. Have a great week, and I'll speak to you again next week.